AITA for celebrating my wife's forgiveness of my cheating in response to my SIL snide remark, whose own ex-husband cheated, embarrassing her? My wife, 40F, and I, 43M, have been together for 12 years. Several years ago, I chose to be selfish and deeply hurt my wife by sleeping with a coworker during a rough patch in our marriage. Since then, we have worked through this together with the help of a counselor, and now our relationship is stronger than it has ever been. My wife's sister was cheated on too, and she left her husband and got divorced. Her husband had a full-blown affair that lasted several months compared to my one-night stand, which I acknowledge doesn't make my actions any less hurtful to my wife, but it was an important factor for my wife to consider forgiving me. As for my SIL, the betrayal her husband did to her causes her to project a lot of her own emotions and turmoil on our relationship. And she copes with her loss by making snide remarks to my wife about me, how she's, my wife, weak for not leaving me, and how terrible I am. I've never taken it personally, and neither has my wife, at least not now at all, because we both recognize that our relationship is not the same as she had with her husband, and therefore I choose to give her grace and disengage when things get sour. 3 days ago was my wife's birthday, and I arranged a party for her and invited some friends and family, including my SIL. I was about to present the gift I got her, and before everyone, I asked her, "Can you guess what I have for you?" playfully. Before my wife had the chance to speak, SIL made a snide remark in front of everyone to me that the best birthday gift she could receive would be me turning back time and undoing what I did to her. Some of our mutual friends who didn't know about our past were also there, and this angered me. I tried to keep my cool and said I have compassion for how her own betrayal hurts her even today. And I am grateful for the compassion my wife had for me, so much compassion that she chose to look past of her own pain, in order to forgive me, because she loves me. She's my best friend, and my favorite person, and if she didn't feel the same towards me, it wouldn't make sense for her to find a way to forgive me, which she did. She's not weak, that SIL constantly implies she is. She's an incredibly strong woman to forgive someone who caused her so much pain in the first place. And it's very telling of her good character. And I know it's her birthday today, but the gift of forgiveness from her is a gift she keeps giving, and how grateful I am to have her as my wife. My wife cried with joy and we kissed, while SIL looked like she could kill me with her stares. I know it looks very sappy in this post, but it made perfect sense to both of us, and it made our night more beautiful. This really pissed off SIL, and she ran off from the party, but not before telling my wife I've made her feel like shit and a weak person for choosing to leave a marriage because of infidelity. She said I humiliated her and implied through my words that her love for her own ex-husband wasn't valid, and I was trying to shame her for her choices by hyping up my wife's choice. I mean, I'm just trying to understand if this was a bad way of dealing with her at this party or if I could have done anything else. Yes, a part of me genuinely wanted to shut her down. I mean, who wouldn't? I'm human too, but what I expressed for my wife was sincere and true. My wife tells me she feels like others don't support her, and that's what made her so happy about what I said. She was happy I stood up to SIL for our marriage. If I have to be honest, it did feel good telling her off like that indirectly. And when I told my wife this, she giggled and said she felt the same.